What's going on, everybody? It's your man ENIR NABU. Big shout. Just wanted to update y'all, give you kind of a continuation of the Zecharia Sitchin trial post that I uploaded a week or two ago. If you don't know, Zecharia Sitchin is an author and a translator that wrote many books on these tablets that were found in the 1930s. And he translated all these tablets that were found, and they had a bunch of Sumerian writing all over them. There were, I don't know, about 10 to 20,000 tablets that were found. We don't know about that because we're not supposed to. We're not taught that. But it happened. And now the government, and today, this year, they're taking Zecharia Sitchin to trial to make him tell the government where he got all his information from, or at least why he is a terrorist, quote unquote, in their eyes. He says a lot of things that I guess they don't like. The fact that we get a lot of our holy books and a lot of the information that's in there that were written by humans from these tablets that were originally written in Sumer, one of the ancient civilizations on Earth. Some of the tablets describe, and I'll tell you, well, you could just listen to this and you'll know why the government isn't too happy about the things that he says, because it kind of goes against everything we've been taught, or supposedly is fact. So the Sumerian tablets describe, according to the translator Zecharia Sitchin, a collision between the moons of a planet that they used to call Nibiru and one that was orbiting between the present Jupiter and Mars. The debris from this collision, say the translations, created what the Sumerians called the Great Band Bracelet, or the asteroid belt, as we like to call it today. The Sumerian accounts differ in detail, but they're all kind of the same. In their version of the events, they suggest that part of Jupiter broke away on the impact with another planet. This is the body that we now call Venus, they said. It was projected toward Mars, destroying the atmosphere and life on that planet at the time. I guess there were beings and intelligent life on Mars that we don't know about either, but they were destroyed by this collision that occurred between these planets. After devastating Mars, this comet that was flying through our galaxy was caught by the gravitational pull of the Earth. It made several orbits around Earth, causing tidal wave and devastation that ended the golden age on this planet. And it hurled vast quantities of ionized ice at the poles on this planet, the South and North Pole. Its momentum then hurled it into its present orbit, this comet, as Venus. Synchronistically, the most ancient Mesopotamian and Central American records don't include Venus in their planetary records, but the later ones do. And there was a focus on Venus in all of their planetary accounts, with human sacrifices made to it. These tablets go on in greater detail and talk about how the ionized ice that came down from the heavens, or from the sky, from space when this collision occurred, it froze everything on Earth, including mammoths that were standing up in the process of eating. Because the ice didn't slowly develop all over the planet, it instantly came. Everything just happened the way it's described in a lot of the holy books that we have today, but not so much in the way that they describe it, because it's all kind of twisted. The factual is factual. So that's just one of the things that Zecharia Sitchin translated in the tablets that he found, that they hired him to translate. And of course, once he translated everything and it didn't, ring true in the deceiver's ears, the Illuminati, the people in power, they want to shut him down. He started to write books about what he had translated, and it all started to kind of sound like the stuff that people on Earth had been writing in their history books and in their holy books since the beginning of time. So it makes it all kind of sound like the stuff that we've been told, or the stuff that we've been taught, or the stuff that we've learned since we've been born and since the beginning of time is all kind of not true. And that would be devastating for people in power that have been holding us with the facts that they regurgitate over and over the centuries until we have it processed in our brain that this is the truth. A collision between planets in the beginning of time doesn't really sound that far off to me. Debris from one of the planets staying above Earth, what is now the asteroid belt that we have up there, that's feasible to me too. The fact that this comet that was flying through our galaxy early on in civilization smashed into a few planets on its own and wound up, because of the gravitational pull of the Earth, settling where Venus is today. And I've heard that Venus is just a gaseous planet, not really a solid planet, so that kind of makes sense too. You do the math. Again, Zecharia Sitchin has been on trial, for the last month, or at least he's going to go to trial in the next 2 months, and they've been trying to build a case against him to make him divulge all of the secrets that he has, even though he's been doing nothing but writing facts, translations from these Sumerian tablets that were unearthed in the 1930s. I'll be back here and there to tell you what's going on with the trial, with the Zecharia Sitchin trial, but if you get a chance to pick up one of his books, he's written a lot of them, try to catch up on them, or at least Google them, and know what he's about. You know, there are a lot of people that we don't know about that we are not supposed to know about. Zecharia Sitchin, Nicholas Tesla, Eric Van Daniken, you know, even people that we know about that we don't really kind of know about. Stuff about Ptolemy and Galileo, Benjamin Franklin, things that he did. It's all real simple. It's all information that's out there, especially now in this technological age. So do what you can to try to find out what you can, but always stay tuned in. ENIR NABU, I won't steer you wrong. Holla at your boy.